Welcome back. And welcome back to me as well, because I haven't played this for a while, and I really have no recollection of what I was doing, so this could be entertaining. Right, let's get the game running for starters, but then also this is switched off for some reason, possibly because I had no silicon. There is now some silicon, so I think that can be on.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
Doesn't help that there's an accident in the same area, and switching it on put me into working extra hours. So let's see what I can switch off safely. Yeah, not a lot, frankly. Let's switch off this one. And I guess this one for the moment. We're still working extra hours, which is definitely not good. I may need to transfer more people in here. What is this? As tempting as it is to switch that off, no, that's not a good idea. I have a feeling switching that off will screw up my policies, so let's just... yeah, switch off another farm for the moment. Okay, back to optimal. Good. Silicon is being transferred into here. Good. Okay, that I think building not connected to an accident. Yes, this needs to be on, which puts me back into extra hours. Unfortunate. Definitely need more people in here. And I think I'm just going to have to move people around. But before I move them around, I need to know how many are actually doing stuff. Let's pop over to Sector 2 and see what their situation's like. Yeah, you got a handful of spares. There's more spares in Sector 1 at the moment. Okay, from Sector 1 to Sector 3, let's move specifically workers and 10 of them. I think I can get away with that. Meanwhile, my mining ships have finished with the silicon. They've headed over to get some iron.
Arrived at its destination.
I'm glad to see my cargo ships are collecting said silicon. I may want to find more of it shortly. But first, let's take a gander at this. That's right, we need to start establishing a colony. I don't remember how many colonists I have available. I definitely have the ore, and I definitely have, sorry, the alloys, and I definitely have the food. Let's come back to that in a moment. One of these buildings is not like the other ones. One of these buildings isn't the same. One of these buildings is for colonists. I think it was this one. Nope. Incorrect. I have no recollection whatsoever of what that looks like. Let's try doing it this way. I currently have 30 colonists. Okay. Training them takes electronics, which I now have some. What is this building? Nope. Nope. This one? Aha! 15 at a time, takes 1 electronics. Colonists available 30. Colonists to come from non-workers, which I have tons of. So yeah, let's try training some more. I did click that button. Thank you. A little more evidence that was actually functioning would have been nice. Okay. Sector 2 also somehow has extra hours going on. That's not good. It's flipping between extra hours and optional. Intriguing. I wonder what caused that.
Population transfer complete.
What can we switch off? Not a lot, frankly. Yeah, I don't know that there's really anything I can safely switch off here. Let's leave it alone for the moment. You guys now have enough colonists that we should be, sorry, not colonists, workers that we should now be able to switch our farms back on. Nope, apparently not. Leave that one off. I have literal tons of food at the moment, so it's not a great drama if I have farms inactive. Back to here. So I will opt for doing 60, knowing full well that this will take a while. You're doing that, you're doing that, you're doing that. Doesn't really matter. Let's go with Nabarok. Yes, thank you. I suspect that will take quite a few trips. Meanwhile, yes, meanwhile, let's do...
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
No, I'm not worried about policies right now. What I am interested in is in our science ships. Did I already do the things that let me get more science faster? That's moves faster. I'm not so worried about that. These ones. They are not available until level 3. Never mind it. However, I don't think I'm actually researching anything, and I currently have 32 science I can spend. Still seems a bit weird to me that you spend science, but hey, let's not overthink things. It's a game. Waste treatment center, not so worried about that, although it can produce electronics. Fire station, I really hope that's not necessary in a hurry. Cell housing, amusing, but the minimal quality thing suggests to me that people would dislike that. That could be vaguely useful, but not something I'm that interested in. Yeah, I feel like the little upgrades might be worthwhile. So, cargo ships moving faster is a lot more valuable to me than science ships moving faster. That might be an option. Or... mining ships are more likely to endure dangerous weather conditions. That's intriguing. It's a pity science ships don't have that option. What did cargo ships, do they have something similar? Yes, improve repair protocols. Self-welding. Yeah, fair enough. But... oh, that one's okay. Yeah. Let's go with that in case we run into another life-threatening situation. Maybe my people can at least put themselves in cryonics and therefore not die, and therefore not upset my entire populace. Okie dokie. Back to Sector 1. Incorrect. Back to Sector 2. That's not quite finished yet. Let's speed that up. Do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2. There we go. Cool. As much as I would love to switch that on to automatic, I don't produce electronics that quickly. Yes, how many silicon do we have left out here? Approximately 400. 3 to 400, something like that. I think given that that's 30 to 1 in terms of electronics, we might want to look for some more silicon. Some around here somewhere. Boom. Okay. That's happening. You're collecting stuff. No, you're dropping stuff off. Excellent. You're producing stuff. I think we're kind of okay at the moment. I don't think I'm collecting hydrogen right now, so that can be switched off. Probably should have done that a long time ago. You're switched on for silicon so that it can be transferred to the other sector. I don't think this needs to be switched on at this moment.
A probe has completed its scan.
Good. That gets me my silicon over there. I think I've already found all of the possible sciencey spots, but let's have a check. Because if there's another one, it's probably in the middle of one of these anomalies. Nope. Try over here. Still not a big fan of the whole pixel hunting game. Yeah, nah. I'm not seeing any peaking whatsoever of science bars. There's plenty of other things around, particularly ice and carbon over there. And iron and silicon and... no, that's fine. Cancel. May as well save that for the moment. Let's get that done, then let's think about trying to get over here perhaps? Maybe? Don't know. If I were not trying to do this as a learn and react series, I would just sort of save game and fly the Ixion, sorry, not the Ixion, what are we? The Tycoon to one of these planets and see what happens regarding hull damage and so forth. But that's not how we're playing this right now. I may change my mind at some point. Okie dokie, we're running at fast speed still. You're producing that, you're producing that. We are burning through that as quickly as we can get through it. You're optimal because our workers aren't injured anymore, so I think I can switch this back on. One shy of being able to switch on another one, but that's okay. I think in terms of food, yeah, okay, we're losing food, but like I say, I've got a pretty big stockpile at the moment. I can let that run down for a period. I'm not sure why these things keep saying they're unable to transfer the silicon. Admittedly, there's not really any room for silicon to go anywhere else.
Request awaits your attention.
Okay, new request
An accident
in
has occurred in the Tycoon.
Sector 2, and an accident. Excellent. Okay, let's slow down. Things are starting to happen again. There was a request. I am looking for a magnifying glass, and I am being blind because it's right there. Okay, I'm not quite 100% certain how to interpret this. People are getting sick of sitting in one place and not progressing on the mission. Sure. But is it too long in a specific planetary system, or is it just any non-habitable planetary system? Do I just need to move from one planet to another periodically? Inquiring minds want to know. I'm going to treat it that way for the time being. They want me to move to another planet. Cool. Happy to do that in theory. I was trying to achieve this. Which is getting there. I'm also trying to, yeah, let's organize our fleet. I want to focus on the silicon. I want to focus on the silicon. Let's try and get all of that picked up, and then move at least to this planet, preferably to that one. We'll see what's appropriate at the time, or I can try to figure out how to get out here. Which might be a case of jump once, jump twice. Everybody's unhappy all of a sudden. Okay, that would be because of the Dead Earth syndrome. Angry, negative, negative. Fantastic. In theory, I can solve some of that by building more parks, if they would fit anywhere. Let's build at least one. That was Sector 2. Don't think it'll fit up there. Oh, it does fit up there. Okay. It doesn't fit anywhere else, that's for sure. Would there be a more efficient location? Not one that I'm seeing. I'm just going to deal with it. Ooh, ding. In case you didn't guess, my phone is right in front of me. And these guys were already upset with me for multiple reasons, I think, so let's also consider building one of these. Sure, that one. I think that's a very slightly more efficient place to put it. Of course, this means I'm going to have issues with not being able to construct them because I don't have enough electronics, but we'll see how we go. Yes, here. This place needs more electronics. We can sort that out, kind of. Colonists available, currently 46. Okay, hopefully that means 14 of them are on a ship somewhere. You. Yes, phone, go away. Okay, let me silence my phone. Shush. Okay. Right. Cargo ship's doing stuff. If I jump here, it's probably the easiest way to check. Still 0 of 60. Okay. Well, the Navarok is where? Currently at Tycoon. Yep, waiting to dock. Fair enough.
The crew's trust in your leadership is falling.
Yes, I am aware of that. That's why I'm trying to build parks. Fine, let's do the transfer of stuff. Okay, that one's complete. This one's waiting on its electronics, which should be getting here shortly. Every time I see a truck come in from that door, I think that's what it's doing, but no. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, you might just have to continue being angry. I'm already feeding people more food to try and keep them happy. Probably making all my citizens fat. How's the network going? Still waiting to dock. Really? Why? The dock is ready. What is your problem? I am very confused right now. Why are you waiting? Do I need to move the colonists from one sector to another?
An accident
I
has
probably
occurred in
do.
the Typhoon.
Colonists, From Sector 2, I believe they're in. Okay, and then back to this puzzle. Why is it 1 and not... Oh, I know why. Where's the population of this sector? Yep. Very funny game, very funny. Alright. Let's move non-workers from Sector 1 to Sector 2. How many do we have? We've got stacks. Let's move that many for now. I'm guessing that used up 1 unit of electronics to train 1 person, which is frustrating. Ooh, I need to switch this on. Let's do that.
Population transfer complete.
Cool. Right, do we have move the people here now? Yes, looks like it. And this is out of iron. Alrighty, well that can be switched off for the time being. I guess I do need to pick up iron, but I'm still more interested in silicon. This can be switched off for the moment. Very funny. That can be switched on. Thank you. Should probably slow down and pay more attention to what's actually being held up. Right. Okay, we're kind of in okay territory as soon as that gets built. And this is slowly getting its people. Okay, cool. This has all been mined. Yep. I have over 300 units of alloy. Most of it is where? 100? 174, okay. There and somewhere else. It's just scattered about. Well, that's inconvenient. Let's let's not do that one. Let's tell this one to stop holding alloy for now. That will move it across to one of the other two, balancing things out a bit. At which point this can be switched off, thereby saving some workers. Okie dokie. Yes, let's slow down because I suspect these guys have finished training. Yes, I need to move them. 2 to 1, move colonists only. 15 of them, go. That's also out of iron. This will be switched off.
Complete.
Okay, colonist transfer? No, population transfer. Okay. Any moment now. Yep, here we go. Normally I don't care about how slow my ships are, but right now it would be nice if this one was a touch faster. Hey, my trust is slowly creeping up. Good. Whoa. No. Your job. No, not that button. Apologies. You. How do I select the ship? Excuse me, Mr. Ship. There's a way to select. Okay, fine. Let's do it this way. If I switch off all of the things, will you turn around and go the other way? Thank you. Do not want you flying through all of that garbage.